Alright guys, I wanted to show what I just recently set up at my sister's house. This is pretty much the last. I might have one more project I might set up, but this is pretty much the last hardware project I'm probably going to do. So you can see here's a really cheap printer. And then as you can tell, there's a USB cable going into the wall, and I'll show the wiring on in the garage side, but that's plugged in. And that USB printer is plugged into, on the other side, a DD-WRT machine, DD-WRT router. The model is, I think it's WDR-3600. I bought it for $43 with tax. It was on, I found it on Slick Deals. And I think I got it from Newegg with a rebate. So it was pretty good. It has 2 USB ports, and I installed DD-WRT on it. It was super easy to put on. And then I went in here, went to Services USB. I enabled core USB support and USB printer support. You don't have to do any hacking or anything if you're on a newer version of DD-WRT. All the newer ones have this printer support built in. It doesn't use cups. It uses a non-spooling printer server. So basically, it doesn't save the prints on the router at all. The router just does the minimal thing of, it just sends the USB over the network. And then Windows or Ubuntu or Linux or whatever you're actually printing from has to do the spooling. So it's actually kind of nice because the driver is on the client side so that you get full, it's basically like you have a USB printer plugged in. So I just enabled these two. I think I rebooted it, but I don't know if you have to. You might need to. But I did this a while ago, so I enabled that, and then in here, in Windows, I just went to, I think, Devices and Printers. I don't know how to get to there from here. But yeah, you just add it. Let me kind of show how you would add it. I went to Devices and Printers, and there's it right there, right? But I added it by going to Add a Printer. This never works, so printer I had wasn't listed. I did add a printer using TCP/IP. Went next. Uncheck Q the printer because it's not going to find it. Put the IP in there. Put the port. Port name is whatever name you want to put actually. Device auto detect. I put TCP/IP I believe. You went next. This thing took a while because it looks at the IP and it starts scanning for ports. But basically the port is going to be on DD-WRT is 9100, so 9100, and if you have a second printer plugged in, it'll be 9101, and etc. So it'll be 910, and then any number after that on however many printers you have plugged in. And then when you, I'm not going to show the next menu because it'll take a while, but after you do that, then it just, it sees it, and it's, Windows asks you what driver to use. You go find your printer. I just found the HP, the model I put in there, and then did that. So, sorry, I'm trying to block the flash because we need a flash in a minute. So then it just shows up here as a regular printer, and you'll see how fast it prints because it's basically using the local driver. It's over a gigabit network. Well, actually, this computer is on Wi-Fi, but it connects to that. All right, let's just print. I'm printing a blank page. So you can see there's no wires connecting this to that. It's just over Wi-Fi, and I'll show you what's on the other side. So I'm going to print. Yeah, so there you go. It's using the native driver, so it thinks it's a printer plugging network. And I didn't have to do anything. I just installed DD-WRT on that, fairly nice router. Okay, now we need the flash, so I've been covering it up. All right, so this is the majority of our network is on this garage. Let me show it. So I actually ran that's an outside wall, so it has insulation, so I couldn't run it into the attic directly. So what I did was just poked it through 2 holes, and then I have it sticking up, and then the wire is coming all the way up and then into the attic through here, and then over there I plugged it in. You can see, where is it? Oh, right there, you can see it. So that's a USB cable on the top right. And then it was the one I got, I had to get a male-to-male on this side and another male-to-male and then extender. So and then this is it right here. Goes in, just plugs in. This thing has 2 USB ports. This thing's pretty nice for 43 bucks. And if it wasn't in California, I wouldn't have had tax. It would have been like less than 40. It would have been like $40 exactly. So It's pretty nice. You can print in Linux. You basically just go into your cups. I wasn't in Ubuntu. I wasn't able to use like the print menu, so I had to go into basically localhost port 631, I believe. So that's where you can modify your cup stuff, and then just add a printer and you can go through that. And I think the protocol is like socket. So it's basically the fastest protocol you can. It's even faster than using like the cups HTTP stuff. So it's pretty cool. You're sharing it through DD-WRT. In the future, I'm going to try doing one with a scanner. It's just their printer is so cheap. It's like they bought it for like $50 or $30 or something. So in the future, I'm going to buy, you know, when I have a house, which should be coming up soon, if I have a printer with a scanner, I'm going to see if I can actually install Optware on DD-WRT and share out the scanner with Sane. And I'll show that. I've shown a video before what I did with that, but basically you end up making a web server that runs on there, and on the web server there's this button to scan. You can change all your options for the scanner, and then you just do it, and then it saves it to the device. But for that you'd need a USB, so you'd end up plugging, this has two USBs, you'd end up plugging a USB stick to actually save the scans on there and to, like, you know, run the web server off. So that's in the future, but for now printing is working perfectly. The wiring here is pretty legit. Took me a good amount of time to do that, a couple hours last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, well, you shouldn't have any questions. If you have DD-WRT and you have a USB on there, it's really a recent version of DD-WRT. Just plug in the USB printer, and as long as Linux has the driver, actually I don't even know if Linux needs to have the driver. It might, but whatever, your Windows or your Linux machine that connects to it needs to have the driver too. It's super simple to do it. You can just search online for instructions. The daemon that's running isn't cups, it's p910n. And that basically means port 910n, because remember it uses ports 9100, 9101. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, well, go figure it out yourself, because you can just Google it. It's pretty easy. Alright, see you guys.